Hey, what's up? Welcome back to this video where we are taking a look at building a tree foliage asset. So in the last video, I had gone ahead and created one of these branches, and let's just hide these. And I'll just show you what it is I ended up with here. So what I essentially did was I went ahead and did both of these, and they're both slightly different, which is just going to be great for variation. Okay, so as you can see, when I was doing this, what I'm really looking for is that when I turn around on each angle, I want to be able to see the leaves. So long as you can do that and you do that well, you should be fine. So this is great. What we need to do now is we need to attach these together. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and select our branch, and let's see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to element, select all, and I'm going to set this to an ID of 1. Okay, so let's go down to ID, set this to 1. Okay, and let's hide this. Let's select this one, select all, and we're going to set this also to an ID of 1. It's ID 1, and I'm going to hide this. Now we want to select and attach all these and all these. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide these, and I'm going to choose attach. And because we only have the things, the leaves that are visible in the viewport, that's all that's going to show up in the list. I'm going to press all, attach, and we're going to call this leaves underscore A, and we can go ahead and select all, and we're going to set this to an ID of 2 and press M. So we don't need the material sets, just I'm going to unhide all, select this and this, hide, and we're going to hide this, and we're also going to hide these, and we're going to attach these. So we're going to go to attach, select all, and we're also going to select all these to an ID of 2. There we go. Okay, so what we can do now is we can set up the material for these. So I'm going to press the M key, and we're going to go to multi-sub object, discard, and we're going to set the number to 2, and I'm going to click and drag the branch down to 2, and I'm going to choose copy, and I'm going to do the same here for the leaves, which is copy. So when we select this, we can simply assign these, and let's see, we need to set this. Okay, so this was 2, and if I remember correctly, this was 1. Let's press M. So we're just gonna swap these, and then we can attach this to here, and I press OK. I'm gonna set this, and we're gonna attach this to here. Okay, and we're gonna assign them. So now we have our branches all ready to go. So the next thing to do is to set up our tree trunk. So I'm going to press G to go to the grid, and I'm just going to pull these up and off here. Okay, so to create the trunk, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and create a cylinder. So about the size of the trunk. We'll need more size than this, so we're going to go with perhaps 8. Yeah, 8 should be fine. And for the segments, we're going to choose a height segment of, we'll go with 8. And let's see, we're going to make 2 copies of this, and press OK. And we're going to call this one trunk, and then this one branch. So the idea here is to use a line. So we're going to go ahead and create a line here, and we're just going to move these around till we get something we like. So something let's say around here. And actually let's do that again. So let's delete this. We had 8, so we need to go ahead and choose 8. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we can go ahead and just move these about. So I'm going to select all these and I'm going to choose corner. There we go. So it just makes it a little easier to manipulate these. And it's probably best if you get some reference on this. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get some reference. So let's see, we have one here. So let's see, let's take this, and well, actually I'll show you the concept of what's going to go on here. So we're going to select this and we're going to go to path deform, WSM. We're going to choose move to path. Let's do that again. Move to path. Let's select this. Pick path, move to path, and then what we can do is we can change the stretch amount like this. And we can essentially then go back to our points there and then just start to move this trunk to however it is that we'd like it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and build up a shape. Now I'm going to go with something that looks similar to this. Now we do need to taper this, and so what we can do is if we go back here and we go down to cylinder and then we go to taper, so we're going to add a taper. Now you see that we have this weird bug. That's fine. This is just something it will do, and we're going to show end result. And then what we're going to do is on the taper amount, we're just going to do something like this. So now going back to the spline, we can go ahead and change this however we like. So let's just bring up this reference. So this trunk is a little bit more like this, and then I guess it pulls down a little like so. And let's have a look. Okay, it does this and then probably comes in a little. And then so all we have to do here is select this and remove the stretch amount like this. And we can go back to here and deal with a little issue there. And we can just keep going backwards and forwards and changing these values. So I'm going to change the taper amount so it's a little bit more tapered. There we go. And so you can see that this is how we would how we built up the base of the trunk here. So what we need to do now is I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the rest of these. So I'm going to create a new line, and let's see, we're going to go something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need to go ahead and modify this so it's a little smaller. And so most of this is just comes down to personal preference. So we're going to go here, we're going to go down to path deform WSM. I'm going to choose pick path. I'm going to pick this. I'm going to choose move to path. And then we're going to change the stretch amount. Like so. We can go ahead and add the taper back on. And taper this on the ends. And we can add a slight curve. And what we can also do is go ahead and we can change the radius down just a little bit. And then we can go back up here and we can select the base, and you can see that we also need to alter this radius down again. There we go. And so this is just a really nice iterative way to work in. Now, just for common practice or best practice, it's best to try and align these vertexes to the edge points. This is going to yield much better results when manipulating the branches. Okay, so that's something you need to keep in mind. So you can see that we have built something like this, and we can just go ahead and we can just, you know, play around and alter the overall shape of how we want this. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Now you don't want to just alter this from the front, you want to alter this from all sides. So you will want to go to, say for instance, the left view, start pulling these out like so, like this, moving them around. And what I ultimately want to do here is I want to create the tree in a way that we have a sort of pentagon sort of shape. This will make the canopy look really nice. Okay, so you just have to keep playing around with these values and seeing what you like. So I'm going to go ahead and select these ones and just start to move these in different directions like this. There we go. And I can go ahead and do the same for the left and the right, and we could even add little smaller branches coming off this during doing this technique. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and go ahead and do that, as you have seen the technique that's used for this, and I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back once it's finished. Okay, so we are back here. I've gone ahead and created all of the branches required here. And you can see that they're basically intersecting each other. Now that should be fine. Once we apply the texture and stuff like that to this, then it should look pretty decent. What I'm essentially aiming for when I do this is for this to look pretty even. The fact that this will be even is what's going to give a good coverage of the canopy. So I'm just going to move these around and get a little bit more even space between these larger branches here. So this is really just the key. Once you get this down and create it properly, then you should get fairly nice looking trees. So let's just let me just chop this up here while I'm here. There we go. Let me just move some of these around like this, and let's just select this one right here and move these around a little like so, and I'm gonna push these in the opposite direction. And let's see, so this should give us fairly even distribution here. Okay, So yeah, so I mean that's about it. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna end this video. In the next video, we're gonna start attaching the branches and creating the textures for the tree. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.